Hey, what's up, everybody? I am the Gerbil, and I am still traveling, visiting family, which means I'm in my parents' ancestral home here. So forgive the background, it's family. Anyway, hey, I want to talk about these two bundles that I just bought. And a friend of mine in the guild also bought one, and then somebody else did one. And I thought, well, why not? I'll try it. But I wasn't really pleased with the outcome. So I did some math, and I've got some good and some bad news if you are considering these bundles. Notably, I will go ahead and preface by saying I think that this Jawa daily deal is not bad. And while they normally are atrocious, I feel like they might be getting better. Could be just anecdotal. But anyway, so here's the thing. These Jawa scavenger daily deals pop up all the time. How does the computer populate the contents? Like, what does it know to put in there? How does it know? Well, the answer is it looks at your favorited characters. It really does. So like, let's say you need cups shards. You need shards of cup for some reason, or Ahsoka Tano for the upcoming GL. I don't know why you need cup, but he does have a Relic 9 Datacron coming up. Maybe you want that. If you need those shards, you should favorite those characters. Now, if they are like legendary characters, you're never going to see those shards. But whatever gear pieces you need, whether it's like gear 9, 10, 11, or if it's relic materials, or even if it's character shards or ship shards, whatever you favorite is what will eventually show up in here. And it will take a few days for their servers to register that this is actually what you're looking for. So I sometimes do it, like I will favorite a character and then just wait a little bit to see. And then after like 3 or 4 days, they show up. And if the deal is worth it, I'll go ahead and buy it. It's better for ships, I feel, than characters, but relic materials are even better. So how do you compare? Let me just explain this real fast. So like, I'm relic 9ing my Gungans, and I needed impulse detectors. And I was all out of materials to craft them, and I don't want to spend my Mark III guild currency on them because that's not as useful as buying I think the laptops or the magnifiers or something. Like the crystal value in return is not as good. So I typically farm the scrap materials to build them, which are gear 12 pieces, or sometimes I just buy them with crystals. So if you go to your character, you look at the materials you need, you click on those materials, it will open up a screen showing you how many you have and allow you to find them. So if you press that find, it just so happens that they were in my Scavenger Jawa daily deal. And immediately, without any hesitation, we can see, boom, 3,600 crystals for 20 in the weekly shipments, or 3,200 crystals in the daily deals. Does not take a genius to figure out the scavenger deal is actually better than the weekly shipment in this case. I'm like, bro, that's awesome. So just curious though, what is all that other stuff worth? Well, you're getting 30 signal data in there, 15 of the rare one, which is really cool. Like the rare one, that alone is like 3 to 4 crystal refreshes. Like, I don't know how many times I've spent 100 crystals, you get 120 Cantina energy, you roll the dice, and you get like 2. And it's really upsetting. It's like you just paid 50 crystals each for those. So I did this based on 5, which is pretty optimistic. And then 10 of the blue checkered one, that's quite normal, but sometimes you get 6 or 7. Similar with the green one, sometimes you get 3 or 4. So I'm being conservative here with my estimates. I'm being a bit generous with them, lowballing the crystal value. So in reality, this 3,200, if you just go to the Cantina and Energy Refresh or buy them in weekly shipments, for 3,200, you're getting a value of 4,100 or more. Probably more like 4,400 actually in reality, especially if you were to farm those 5, whatever those are. I don't know what those are. I can't remember the name of it right now. I've totally lost my brain, but whatever. So it was a good deal. And I'm like, pat myself on the back. I got my 20 impulse detectors. I got the relic materials I needed. I'm helping my Relic 9 farm, and I depleted my crystal reserves. Almost. Because there was this other bundle. And this is the one that a couple people messaged me about. And it's not really confusing, but it's interesting. So this is in the web store. You have to scroll all the way to the bottom. It's below the crystals. I couldn't find it for like ever. I was like, what are you talking about? Where is it? And then I found it. It has an icon of a crystal. And this one's interesting. I've never seen this one before. You can buy it 3 times. Don't do that. It's 1,500 crystals, and you are gambling on the investment here. Like most every deal in the store where you buy with crystals, except for characters, when you're getting gear, you normally break even at least. This one can totally rob you of crystals. And why is that? Well, first off, you don't get both of the chirotechs. You get one or the other. And then you only get 10 to 40 of them. So if you look at the odds, they suck. So while it says you can get back between 250 and 2,000 crystals, and you're like, woohoo, profit. No, you have a 0.5% chance. That means out of 200 people, statistically speaking, only one is going to get that 2,000 crystals. And then you've got 1% on the 1,500. So again, only 1% out of 100, statistically in the long run, is going to get even 1,500 crystals. So what you got to look at is not what your max potential is. What you really need to be aware of is what's most likely to occur. And if you just look at like a single snapshot here, the most likely roll is the minimum. It's the highest probability there. 50%, you're going to get 250 crystals. 60%, you're going to get the minimum cantina. And 15% of the time, you're only going to get 10 chirotechs. And since there's 2 chirotechs, literally it's 15% to get 10 of the shock prods and 15% chance to get 10 of the computers, which means you really only have a 30% chance to get the minimum of that also. So if you break this down and you look at the averages, this sucks. The average person is going to get 1,406 crystal value out of this. Now I got very lucky and I got the 1,000 energy, and I got the second level. I got 500 crystals, I got 1,000 energy, and I got I only got the 10 chirotech battle computers or whatever they are. So my roll was slightly above average, and I did okay. Like 1,000 cantina energy is like 8 refreshes, assuming you only hit the 100 a day. And so you 100, 100, 100. So it was, and that would drag out into 3 days. So it's basically 3 days of 100 crystal refreshes instantly, plus 500 crystals, plus 10 computers, which is 280. So I did okay, right? I got about 1,700 crystal value, but really, I would not do this again. I absolutely would not do this again. Probability is you are going to lose 100 crystals, and then not only do you have a gamble here, when you go farming with your cantina energy, you are then gambling again on how many shards you're going to get. So you may score and get 1,000 energy like I did. Then you could go into the store and just get craptacular RNG and get nothing out of it pretty much. That would be a major suck, because in that case, the best you can really hope for is 250 or 500 crystals back out of 1,500 to buy. Nothing for the energy, and 10 chirotechs most likely. So folks, avoid this one like the plague. Just letting you know, the math is not in your favor, not even close. Now again, these normally are not in your favor. I get that, but this one is really bad. Anyway, it's a fail. Thanks for watching. I'm the Gerbil. Please hit that like, please hit that submit button, sub button, and make me feel loved, please. I need the love. Anyway, whatever. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye-bye.